Only on 4 since 2013, 499 children from the Valley were placed at an emergency shelter outside of the Valley because there is no facility here.
But that soon will change. CBS 4's Tiffany Huertas has more.
We learned 24-hour services work differently in each facility, and we also found out emergency shelters can be the change these children need in order to thrive. When she was only 7 years old, Stacy Franklin learned to be her mother's rock.
I said, Mama, it's gonna be okay. Like, it's gonna be okay.
Franklin's mother was struggling, and she couldn't take care of her.
Just wishing I could just fly so I can go back to her.
For a year, Stacy went in and out of foster homes, eventually becoming homeless.
A couple of times got in trouble for sleeping in the restrooms of hospitals and beside vending machines, trying to hide. Nobody could see me.
In 2010, Stacy, who was only 16, found out her mom had passed away.
She was misunderstood, and they pressured her into doing some things that hurt her and killed her.
Hitting rock bottom herself, she found Roy Moss Youth Alternatives, a safe place for young adults based in San Antonio.
We have a lot of youth that come, be it by police dropping them off, the school have called and brought youth into the facility during school hours, after school. We've gotten calls in the middle of the night because the youth was found in a park sleeping.
Stacy's just one of hundreds of success stories from their Turning Point Transitional Living Program. Not only does the organization help young adults like Stacy, but also at-risk children with broken homes and families.
It is the only facility in Bexar County resident can stay from 1 day to 30 days to 60 days or 90 days.
No one is turned away.
They're placed with us through the Department of Family and Protective Services, through juvenile probation, and then of course our doors are open for runaway and homeless youth who just need help on an emergency basis.
Children from 5 to 17 years old use the Bridge Emergency Shelter, and now the 24-hour care facility is at full capacity with 23 children. The young girls here face similar problems to the ones in the Valley, from family abuse to dealing with drugs.
I feel safe here.
This 16-year-old remembers the day she found out her dad was sexually abusing not only her, but her older sister as well.
When we were doing our hair and makeup, and she told me there was something she had to tell me, and I told her what was it, and then she just started pouring her heart out to me and told me that he was doing these things to her. And then I told her, well, it was happening to me too.
The sisters were too scared to tell anyone.
We had already gotten taken away from my mom in 2010.
And why?
Drugs.
Finally, they reported their dad, and another 3 young girls are put into the system. 2 of them ran away from foster homes.
I started doing ice when I got on the run.
A year later, the sisters decided to turn themselves in.
I didn't even know until I came here.
And the youngest just found out she's expecting. She is only 15.
I want to raise her around family. I want her to be disciplined, and she's going to be a good kid. She's not going to be crazy like I was.
At Roy Moss, they are finally at peace together. A story the shelter staff hears a lot.
It's a definite need. It's hard for me to believe that you don't have an emergency shelter in the Valley.
Every year, hundreds of children in the Rio Grande Valley are sent out of town to temporary shelters after being taken by CPS. We went to the State Child Protective Services headquarters in Corpus Christi to find out where children are housed.
Cameron, Hidalgo, well, see, no, I have no knowledge of a shelter there for our children.
Tara O'Connell's staff oversees all the cases in which children are placed in the legal custody of Child Protective Services. She says those from the Valley are placed in shelters in Corpus Christi, Laredo, none in the Valley. But transporting children can increase the emotional turmoil even further.
Emergency shelters play a very important role for us because even though they're short term, they help us keep the children within the community if there's a shelter there. And again, maybe we can place all the siblings there until we can find a home for them together.
But that could be changing. Construction is underway in Harlingen for what will soon be Valley Haven, a home for children who were abused, neglected, or in dangerous situations. Children stay in the shelter until they are found a foster home or relative where they can stay.
Valley Haven administrators who are trying to open a shelter in the Rio Grande Valley say they have submitted their applications and are working to finish construction of the building with the help of donations. We continue following the developments. Tiffany Huerta, CBS 4 News and ValleyCentral.com.
And Tiffany tells us administrators say it takes the investment in the community in terms of cash and donations, plus a lot of volunteers to ensure its success.